Hello, I'm Steve Lusk from the Red Bank Church of Christ in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Thank you for joining us today for our His Life devotional series. We've been studying the His Life devotional book, as pictured here, for this past year here at the Red Bank Church of Christ. It's a study of many of the teachings and much of the life of Jesus. And if we're to be followers of Jesus, disciples of Jesus, then we need to learn as much about his life as we possibly can. So we're very grateful to have shared these devotionals with you throughout this year and look forward to sharing them for the remainder of the year as well as we grow in our walk with Jesus. This week's devotionals have been about the passage of scripture from the Sermon on the Mount that is often called the Beatitudes. It has to do with the attitudes that we as Christians, as followers of Jesus, are to have. And today's text for Friday, the 21st day of August, is from this same passage, Matthew chapter 5, and it focuses on verse 6. Here's the entire context, and I'll just take a moment to read this for you as a way of reminder and review for those devotionals that you've already looked at this week, and then looking ahead for those devotionals that we'll look at next week as we continue this study. Now, when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them. He said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." And in today's passage, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Let's think just a moment about hungering and thirsting for righteousness. Jesus says that we'll receive a blessing of being filled when we truly hunger and thirst for righteousness. Have you ever really been hungry? Have you ever truly been thirsty? Oh yeah, I know we use those expressions. I'm thirsty, I need a drink. I'm hungry, I'm ready for lunch or dinner or whatever. But have you ever really been hungry or thirsty? I'll just be honest with you. I don't know that I ever have. Oh, I certainly enjoy a meal and about meal times, 2 or 3 times a day, I'm feeling a bit hungry and wanting to have something to eat. But I don't know that I've ever truly been hungry. Not hungry in the strictest sense of the word. The indication here of this passage is that this hunger is a deep longing. This thirst is a strong desire for that which is right, for righteousness. I suppose that if we ever really found ourselves in a situation where food simply wasn't available, or where fresh water or something to drink wasn't available for us, we might understand this passage a little bit more. But the fact is that oftentimes, spiritually speaking, we are starving. If we fill our physical diet with junk food or with food that's not properly nutritious, then our bodies don't develop and are not maintained in a healthy state as they could be or as they should be. Likewise, when we fill our souls, our spirits, with spiritual junk food or with things that don't pertain to or pursue after righteousness, then there's going to be a deficit in our spiritual development. And so what Jesus is asking us to do here and blessing us when we do is to really long for that which is spiritually good food, that which is spiritually good drink, that which is right living, learning how to live. And the blessing is that we'll be filled, and the sense there is of a sense of satisfaction. Not satisfaction in the sense that we are not desirous of growing any further or making any more progress, but rather satisfaction in the terms of, or in the sense of being content, of having what we need. Frankly, many times we fill ourselves with things that we don't need. In fact, sometimes they may even be detrimental to us. So as we think about these Beatitudes, and particularly this one today, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Our prayer is that you will hunger and thirst, truly desire that which is right in keeping with God's will. And the blessing is that we can find that. We can be filled by His goodness in finding His righteousness. If there's something that we can ever do to help you, then please let us know. Contact us here at the Red Bank Church of Christ. Maybe there's someone or something about which you want us to pray. If that's the case, we'd like to know about that, and we'd be glad to lift up your concerns before the throne of God in prayer. Just let us know. We hope and pray that these series of devotionals have been overall beneficial, and certainly that these thoughts on the Beatitudes this week have been a blessing to you. And we look forward to studying them further next week, Lord willing. God bless. You have a great day.